Today is the 1st of November, which means it is the start of Diabetes Awareness Month. So I'm doing a little challenge where I do a little topic every day for Diabetes Awareness Month, and today is my diagnosis story. I have a whole video on my YouTube if you want to watch that, Gabbabetic. But the brief summary, I was diagnosed in 2008. I had every single symptom of type 1 diabetes, the thirst, the weight loss, everything. It was never picked up. Constantly brought to doctors, they never found it. How I realised I was type 1 diabetic was when it got so severe I got cataracts and I couldn't see out of both eyes. Brought into the hospital in DKA, obviously really sick, type 1 diabetic. Spent like 6 months in and out of the hospital, had my cataracts removed in both eyes. Also found out I was celiac, which is very closely related to type 1. Then started my journey on Lantus and NovaRapid at the time, and that was 15 years ago, so it's been a while. But if you want to see the full video, check that out on my YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow for Diabetes Day 2. Day 2 of Diabetes Awareness Month is what's my type, and it's not that kind of one, it's what type of diabetes do I have. So I am type 1 diabetic, and that means I'm on insulin. So my insulin is Tresiba and Fiasp. The cause of type 1 diabetes is not known. It could be genetic, it could be a virus, they're not really sure. And the only treatment at the moment anyway is to control your blood sugars using insulin. I've been type 1 diabetic since 2008, so it's been a while. So yeah, that's my type. Day 3 of Diabetes Awareness Month. And today's question is type 1 diabetes in your family or any type of diabetes? For me, the answer is no. I'm the only one who is type 1 diabetic in my family. I'm the only one with diabetes. It is completely random to us as to why I'm type 1. There are other relatives with immune disorders, and type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease, so that could have something to do with it. But for now, it's just me who's type 1 diabetic. So Day 4 of Diabetes Awareness Month is what is your tip for someone who's newly diagnosed type 1? I've just put on my G7, so I'm just gonna chat to you while I get it set up on the receiver here. My top tip is actually to always have some sort of sugar beside your bed. What I like to use are these Lift glucose shots, because you never know when you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night going low. Right, my sensor is warming up. Kind of throw away these bits. Yeah, you never know when you're gonna have a low blood sugar, and you don't want to have to get out of bed if you're feeling too weak, first of all, and like you can't even function. So I always have 1 or 2 of these beside my bed. And another tip is to kind of have the lid almost half open, unscrewed anyway, because if you're feeling really weak in low blood sugar and it's the middle of the night, you might find it very hard to get the lid off, and you might struggle, especially if you live on your own. Diabetes Awareness Month, Day 5, and today I'm going to be talking about what are my high and low blood sugar symptoms. I'm actually low right now. Blood sugar is 3.9 on my Dexcom. Not so good, so I'll tell you how I feel low first. I just feel this like real shakiness, like really weak. It's hard to explain to someone who's not diabetic. It's like you haven't eaten food in like a really, really long time, and you feel just so shaky and weak, and you really, really need food. Sometimes if I'm having a really bad low, like below 2 or 2.5, I get colour spots. Does anyone else get that? High blood sugar, then it's the thirst for me. I'm just so thirsty. I like dying of thirst, bursting to go to the toilet, get a headache sometimes if it's really bad, and also pains in my bones as well if it's really bad. Obviously, the symptoms are important to look out for, and everyone who's type 1 experiences different symptoms as well, so it's not the same for every one person. Today I'm doing Diabetes Awareness Month, Day 6 and 7. So Day 7 is what's your blood sugar, and mine at the moment is actually 7.7, which is really good. Day 6 was what's your highest and your lowest blood sugar, and my highest was probably when I was diagnosed. It was just off the scale, it just said high, so I have no way of knowing. I'm going to say it was in like the high 30s. And my lowest was actually 2 years ago. My blood sugar was 1.2, and I needed someone to give me glucogel because I was just so weak. I'd say I was nearly about to pass out. But I think I'm doing fairly good at the moment. My blood sugar is 7.7, so I'm really happy with that. Hello everyone, I'm back again for Day 8 of Diabetes Awareness Month, and today's topic is mental health and type 1 diabetes, which I don't feel is talked about enough, even probably from me. I don't have any videos on TikTok or YouTube about mental health and diabetes, but it's a huge factor. I just looked on Diabetes UK, and it says a person with diabetes makes about 180 more decisions per day than a person who doesn't have diabetes. So obviously that's a huge mental burden, as well as trying to stay on top of your blood sugars, manage your prescriptions, manage everything else, carb count. It's a lot. And sometimes you can get diabetes burnout, so definitely talk to someone if you can. Talk to your diabetes nurse or a friend or family member. One thing that I find great for mental health is the diabetes online community, because it's just so nice to be able to see someone who's going through the same thing that you are. So that's something I really am glad that I'm a part of. But remember to be kind to yourself, because type 1 diabetes is not easy. Day in the life of a type 1 diabetic. First, I check my blood sugar and it's doing really well overnight. Then it's time to weigh out my gluten-free cereal and carb count. Carbs are 37, so I'm going to take 3.5 units of insulin. Wait 10 minutes for the pre-bolus so I don't spike. I'm working from home today, so I'm just going to work here for a few hours. I'm feeling really bad. Just did my blood sugar 3.4. Down some glucose. It's lunchtime now. The blood sugar is back to normal, 6.8. Lunch is not the healthiest, but I'm really hungry. I don't know the carbs. I didn't weigh it, so I'm just going to guesstimate. Now I'm going for a walk. I'm actually going low after my walk, 4.1, so I need more glucose. 3 p.m, getting a rise from chips. Gotta do a correction dose. Weigh the gluten-free pasta. I take my insulin for this, and then that's the end of my Day 10 of Diabetes Awareness Month is all about insulin. So my insulin is actually Fiasp in my Novo pen, and Tresiba is my background. Today's video is specifically about the cost of insulin. So luckily for me, insulin is free in Ireland. I can get as much insulin as I need for free. And I get any other diabetes medication for free as well. So I have a Dexcom G7 on at the moment. Got the receiver here. Sorry about my dog barking. But yeah, insulin is basically free, which I am very lucky for. So I know how bad it can be in other countries. So I'm very grateful to be living in Ireland and be type 1 diabetic. Day 11 of Diabetes Awareness Month is Show Your Diabetes Supplies. Let's take a look in here. I've collected a lot throughout the year, so I have a few boxes of things. First box here is just like old meters, leaflets, and then a few boxes of lancets, which I wish I changed more. In the next box then, I actually have my spare G7s, so I get 3 per month. I've 1 on at the moment, and these are the rest of the month. Next, I have a few boxes of needles, so I use these because I use insulin pens. And then I have, so first I have some ketone strips to check for ketones, and then I have some boxes of my meter cassettes to do my blood sugar. Big old Sharps box. I'm running out of Lift glucose shots, so the last box is just some other sugar supplies. Insulin is in the fridge, and then just some random things like Dexcom over patches, and that's pretty much it. Day 11 of Diabetes Awareness Month is what's in your blood sugar kit bag. I have a meter that isn't like a kit bag, so I love this meter. It's the AccuCheck Mobile. It's actually discontinued. There's a whole video about that on my YouTube channel. It's so sad, so I'm clinging on to this until it dies. Gonna do a blood sugar test. So the test strips are in a cassette form. You put it in the back, it looks like this. Yeah, that's my sticker, by the way. So you put this cassette in the back, and then there's 50 test strips inside the meter. And then there's a lancet in here, so you just change it to the newest one. Prick your finger like this. Place the strip on to get your reading. Test is in progress. This is what the lancets look like. So they actually hold 6. So there's 6 inside here. So when you're finished, you can change it like that. And my reading is 5.6. I love this meter because it's all in one. So I much prefer it than having a blood sugar kit. Day 13 is relationships with type 1 diabetes. And this can be in lots of different types. So first I'm going to talk about the family relationship. I have my little donut here keeping me company. Diabetes does affect all members of the family, especially at diagnosis, I feel. When I was diagnosed, it was a shock for my parents and my sister. Obviously, my parents were worried, and then they're thinking, how are we going to help our 13-year-old, but also give her the independence to manage her diabetes and her life? And then my sister was obviously very worried that she might be diabetic. And also, sometimes with younger siblings, there can be that jealousy if the newly diagnosed child is getting all the attention. So it's a tricky time to navigate diagnosis, but it does get better over time. As for relationships, like going out with people when you're diabetic, I literally just tell anyone from the start, like, I'm diabetic, and I've never had a problem. And honestly, if anyone did have a problem with you being diabetic, you probably don't want to go out with them anyway. So yeah, definitely don't be afraid to let people know that you're diabetic. Everyone can support you, even if it's a shock at the start. Today is World Diabetes Day, so the colour for diabetes is blue. As you can see, I'm wearing that here. And I'm due a sensor change, so I'm taking off my old G7, putting on a new one, and we're gonna decorate it blue. Not gonna lie, taking off the old one is the worst part. I find it so sore. Oh my god. That was so painful, but it's off. And I've just put on my new G7. It didn't really go very well there, but it's on. And now we could decorate it. Ta-da! I'm all blue for World Diabetes Day. Today I'm doing the Blue Balloon Challenge by Medtronic for diabetes. But it's not me that's going to be doing it, it's Lana. She loves balloons, so... Last one. So see if you can keep a balloon afloat like Lana and support type 1 diabetes. Day 16 of Diabetes Awareness Month, and today's topic is underrated hypo treatment. Hypo is a low blood sugar if you don't know, and you need glucose to bring up your blood sugar if you go low. This is what I use normally. These are Lift glucose shots. So one full bottle of this is 15 grams of glucose, and it works pretty well to bring up my blood sugar. You don't have to use Lift, you can use whatever you want. An underrated hypo treatment though that I think, ice cream. Like, I feel like I never use it as a hypo treatment, but when I do, it's so good because it tastes so good as well. Like, these are good, but the taste, not like having an ice cream, so I feel like ice cream is definitely my underrated hypo treatment. More like an ice pop, like something sugary that will really bring up the blood sugar. Day 17 of Diabetes Awareness Month. I actually can't remember what this was supposed to be, but you know what? I'm having a high blood sugar and I am in a lot of pain. When I get high blood sugar, I'm really thirsty, but I get like pains in my arms and legs. So my Dexcom is saying that I'm 13.1 straight across blood sugar. I'm gonna check it on my real blood sugar meter. So yeah, I use this AccuCheck Mobile, prick the finger like that. Blood comes out, and then put it on here, and this is how I'm feeling at the moment. So let's see what my real reading is gonna be. 12.4. So what did I say? It said 13.1. Even like, it's not the highest blood sugar ever, but oh, I feel really bad. I'm gonna just take some insulin now. Hello everyone, so it's day 18 of Diabetes Awareness Month. I am wearing all blue. I've got my blue eyeshadow. I'm filming a special video you'll see on my channel later on in the month. But this day's topic is, what is my blood sugar? My Dexcom is reading 5.1. Let's see if my AccuCheck meter is the same. Okay, it's turning on. Let's prick the finger. Is there blood coming out? A little bit. Let's see if that's enough. And test is happening. And the result is 4.4. Oh. I need a bit of glucose before I drive. Gotta be above 5 to drive. So let's have a bit of a Lift drink and then wait a while and then I should be good to go. But that is my blood sugar today. Day 19 and 20 of Diabetes Awareness Month is all about injection sites. So my sites that I use are my stomach and my legs. I've actually never used my arm before. I kind of saved there on my arm for the Dexcom. And I tried to rotate, but I do get a bit of bruising. Feel like I'm always bruised, and like I do rotate, but like you can see it's pretty bad. Same on my leg. Even when I try to move up different areas, I just bruise. It's not very fun to show them on camera either, because it does make me self-conscious that like I'm literally covered in bruises, and no matter where I rotate I just get bruises, so it's pretty hard. Day 21 Diabetes Awareness Month is a quick video today. So it's when were you diagnosed, and I was diagnosed type 1 diabetic in 2008. So I just celebrated in the summer 15 years anniversary, which is a long time. And yeah, I did say celebrate because I do think you should celebrate the anniversary. Some people don't, but anyway, I was diagnosed in 2008. I'm the only type 1 diabetic in my family, so yeah. Today I'm trying Miss Kimmy K energy drink. So I just got this in Ireland. I didn't even know they were here. Important things Miss Kim says. So she says sugar-free, which I obviously need because I'm diabetic. And also gluten-free, just for Courtney. No, be for me because I'm celiac as well. But I want this both for taste to see how it is, and also to see how it will affect my blood sugar, because sometimes if I have a drink like Monster and stuff, it actually still raises my blood sugar even though it's sugar-free. Something to do with the caffeine, I think. So let's open up Miss Kim K. So Dexcom is 9.8 before we start, and we'll check it like half an hour, 40 minutes after. Opened it up. It smells so sweet. Oh my god, let's give it the first taste. Describe the flavor. It's kind of like, but also kind of like a Red Bull. Check back in a while, see the blood sugar. Just check the bloods half an hour later and 10.4. Pretty much the same, so it doesn't raise blood sugar. Today is a free day for day 23 of Type 1 Diabetes Awareness Month, so I'm going to show you my medicines that I just picked up. First bag is full of needles, so I'm MDI. These are the needles that I use, they're 4mm. I've used these for a long time, they're good. So I have like 4 boxes of them. Next thing we have are Dexcom G7, so I get 3 per month. They come in these little boxes, and yeah, they'll last me for 30 days. Now, for hypo treatments, I get lift glucose shots, and they usually come in a really nice box. As you can see, this month it's just a free-for-all, but that's okay because I got the very berry flavour and the lemon and lime. Insulin I have in the fridge, so let's go there now. So here's the insulin. For the fast acting, we have 2 boxes of Fiat, and then we have Tresiba, which has a weird new box. It used to have actual design on it, now it just says that. Most importantly, the cost of everything there was 0. Let's go today and meet up with my fellow diet buddies in our Ireland support group. Gonna do a blood sugar check before I drive, and then let's go. Just did a finger prick one, 5.4, so we are good to go.
Secure the GF goods. Insulin prep. Gingerbread prep.
I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby.
Carb counting slightly guessing.
I get love in Detroit like
Inject the bloods 2 hours later. Yay!
Day 27 of Diabetes Awareness Month is Decorating Diabetes. So here are the G7 sensor stickers I've left. Everyone always asks where I get them. I get them from Type 1 Style. They're G7 over patches, so they go over the sensor. So here's my Christmas ones. I've got like this green one, this red one, which is like classic Christmas, and then I really like this kind of blue one. And then I only have a few left, so I like this one. I feel like it's like autumn floral vibe. These are like little bees, very cute. And then food ones. I love like food themes, so I've got little cakes, chocolate cakes, because diabetics can eat cake, and diabetics can have ice cream as well. I feel like these two are very summery, but we're in the winter vibes now, so I feel like I'm gonna have this one next, and then I'll start on the Christmas ones. Day 28 of Diabetes Awareness Month is what is my blood sugar. So I'm gonna check it on my actual meter, which is the AccuCheck Mobile, but is actually discontinued, so I'm clinging on for life with this. So prick the finger and then do the test, and my lancet is on 1, so I am actually gonna change that for the first time in a long time. So the result is 5.7, which is probably pretty accurate. My Dexcom saying 4.8 going down, but I feel okay. So that is my blood sugar for day 28. Day 29, Diabetes Awareness Month, and I want to talk about Tresiba because I haven't talked about it at all. So Tresiba is my background insulin. I take this every night before bed, so I'm about to go to bed, so I'm going to take it now. So I take 16 units of Tresiba. I've been using Tresiba for about 6 years. Oh my god, a lot came out there. Whoa. It smells so strong. What do people think of the smell of insulin? But yeah, this is my Tresiba. So I'm going to dial it up to 16. I usually inject in my stomach during the day, so when I take this, I try to inject in my leg because it's better for the background absorption. So I'm going to take this now. This is for my background. It'll keep me stable throughout the day and the night. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of Diabetes Awareness Month. Hey everyone, it's day 30, which means it's the last day of Diabetes Awareness Month. And I just want to say thanks in my video today for everyone who watched my videos or went on and watched my YouTube shorts on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And if you're already type 1 diabetic, thanks for the support. And if you aren't type 1 diabetic, or you know someone and that's how you found my channel, or you just found it out of interest, thank you so much for watching and supporting diabetes awareness. And I'll see you all next year for 2024 diabetes awareness, which sounds weird to say, but thank you so much. And yeah, thanks.